Hello, hey everybody, what's poppin'? It's Larry and
Hello.
Phil. I think we're gonna go ahead and close up on last night's stuff. The Hasan Piker going to the gulag, the
Yes,
camps,
that's right. His subpoena from OFAC, which stands for all commies go to fucking prison right away, Hassan.
especially
Yeah,
Hasan. But yeah, no, seriously,
especially Hassan.
yeah. And then I think we got a little bit of new material. We're gonna keep it short tonight, guys. No 2 hour marathon. My boy over there needs to get some sleep, and I have to be a butt at the butt crack of dawn myself. So. Uh,
We're gonna mix it up. We're gonna get interesting. So, anything new popping like news-wise today at all on your timeline?
yeah, let's pop it. Okay. A similar story bounced out with E. Jean Carroll. I don't know. She was the
Mm,
accuser of Trump, and the
right, I
story
remember.
broke that the
I remember.
DOJ was investigating her. Well, it turns out,
Oh,
yeah, it's kind of like a Sam Piker thing. The story, it was very ephemeral. No documents, no indictments, nothing. But it turns out the Justice Department says, no, we're investigating Reid Hoffman, but she's involved because Reid Hoffman's the one who paid for her defense for all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. The point is, she wasn't the target, but the mainstream news, this time MS Now, made her the Hassan Piker of the story. She's the one being targeted and the one being persecuted by Trump or whatever. So that was the story today. Oh, and Iran, it's kind of Trump keeps edging. So, yeah. Will they? Won't they? Deal? No deal? Like we gotta have the Howie Mandel hold the back. Deal or no deal? We should do that
no,
every night.
right, yeah. Trump closing that motherfucker. No deal. I
No
said
deal.
no deal. I don't like the deal. Mm.
So, but I figured it would be good on with the son. And I did watch the playback, so my little my companions that pop up every now and then are muted till I figure out the audio issues. But they are fun to
Forget
look
it,
at, huh?
right? Yeah, no, they're good set dressing. Exactly. Along with like your books and shit. I'm jealous. Like my real ass shit, my fucking meat bag over here. I can't compete. Yeah, you got fucking superheroes and shit showing up.
My library has
It's
people
great.
coming in and out. Yeah, and we have stuff going on and crazy books flying around. But all right.
That's right. Well, let's go to so we'll start with breaking points has Ryan Grimm reports for I'm trying to remember the name of the website. Are you familiar with Ryan Grimm at all? He accompanied Code Pink and Hassan on the trip.
I'm not familiar with him at all. What's his
I've got
blonde?
some.
What's the blonde girl's name?
That is what is her name? Crystal Ball. Yeah, it's Crystal and Sager. God, I can't remember his
I
last
think
name.
is she the conservative, the token conservative?
No, no,
No.
she's populist left. He's populist right. Um, is the
Wait, he's
like the pitch
populist.
of the
He's
he's
populist,
populist
right?
right.
So he went on the
She's
trip with
populist left.
Hassan?
No, Ryan
No.
Grimm. He's Ryan Grimm isn't in the picture right now.
Okay, okay. They're talking about him. Okay, okay.
Right, right. Well, and they're about to interview him, so we'll. I got all these again sped up a little bit. This one's a shorter clip, and then we'll be getting to some spicy stuff with Nux after this. So
Okie
let's get the
dokie.
boring. Eat, right, you got to eat your vegetables before we get to dessert, though.
That'll
They
work.
are claiming that Hasan Piker, who they described as Marxist political influencer, and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin have been subpoenaed as part of a wider investigation into whether U.S. organizations and leaders violated U.S. laws and sanctions in supporting Cuba's communist regime. Again, this is according to Fox News Digital. They also published some like paparazzi-style photos of Hasan like walking his dog for some reason. In any case, what they point to here is allegations that they stayed at a banned or sanctioned hotel that Americans are not allowed to stay at. But we happen to know, because our own Ryan Grimm was also on that trip, that that is not remotely the case. So joining us now to talk about all of this is, of course, Ryan Grimm. Great to see you, Ryan.
Good to see you, Ryan. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good, man.
Have you been subpoenaed?
I have not been subpoenaed.
But Hasan and Medea Benjamin have actually also not been subpoenaed here. So what are we thinking about this this news?
Right, yeah, I talked to both of them. Neither has been subpoenaed. And so the Fox News report is
This is not the point of our show at all, but I don't know how old Ryan Grimm is. His haircut is chopped, man. He needs to find a new barber because this shit does not look very good at all.
It's just factually incorrect. Like, if you're going to subpoena somebody, you subpoena them.
Right. So you have not been served by the federal government. They have not been served by the federal government. Hasan reacted to this, Ryan, saying it's bullshit. Then actually, they didn't stay. You guys didn't stay in the wrong hotel. Let's take a listen. We'll get your reaction.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great. The news is not great. Okay. I mean, it's bullshit. We didn't actually stay at the wrong hotel. That was just something that people made up on Twitter, except for an American citizen who recently did violate OFAC and stayed at a hotel that America does not allow American citizens to stay in. It wasn't me, though. It was Nick Shirley. Literally, the hotel that Nick Shirley was in was actually on the state sponsor of terrorism list. Okay?
Okay, so Ryan, the basis, as I understand, God, I never thought I'd know so much about Cuban hotels, is you guys stayed in the hotel, which is allowed.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Nick Shirley stayed in a luxury hotel, quote unquote, which is under OFAC sanction. OFAC being
Not
the
just
Office
that.
of Foreign Asset
It's
Control.
a famous, I forget exactly what hotel he stayed in, but it's famously sanctioned.
Okay,
It's
famously
like,
sanctioned.
It's like a very well-known Cuban government-owned hotel.
Okay.
That has been around for many decades
Right.
and is quite explicitly listed as one you cannot stay in.
Cannot stay there.
And so Shirley, from his room at this hotel,
Yes.
put out a broadcast about how he was staying there.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I don't agree with these rules. I think they're silly.
I think
Nick
it's called Hotel Nacional de Cuba.
Yes, it's like
literally like the government hotel of Cuba.
hotel.
Yeah.
Wait, Hotel Nacional is seriously the name.
Yeah, that's why it was so obvious to everybody. Like, oh my god, dude, I don't even have to check the list.
Yeah.
Like this one's absolutely.
Nick, if
on
we
the
were
list.
working with an 80 IQ, we might have put 2 and 2 together.
But I mean, there's no risk
Yeah,
to him.
yeah.
He's not going to be subpoenaed. There's not going to be any problem for
what's
him.
the statute of limitations?
Oh, good point.
Sure.
Good point.
That's
Violating
true.
a-
If it's more than 3
Yeah.
years.
President
Yeah.
Plattner, I need you to look into
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so Ryan,
So we stayed, and I can even tell you, it's called the
what hotel did you stay at?
Iberostar Marquez de la Torre.
Okay.
So go ahead, look.
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up.
All right.
Go ahead.
And so where did this come from, do you think?
There was somebody who tweeted
Yeah.
that we stayed at a different hotel than we did stay at. And that tweet went viral, and we didn't have much internet connection, so there wasn't any. Nobody was responding to it. So for 2 days or so, this tweet went viral, saying that Hasan and this convoy stayed at this illegal sanctioned hotel, and so therefore they're breaking sanctions and it's criminal. And then when we got back, we're like, actually no, because it became this big thing. Like, you stayed at a 5-star hotel. We're like, well, the reason we stayed there is because there's a very small list of legal hotels that you can stay at that can handle several hundred people in a group. And this is one of them. That's why we stayed there. So we talked about that a lot.
I remember you, I think, went on with Piers Morgan and explained all of this. Like,
Yes.
here's the reason we stayed in this hotel, because you're
Right.
only allowed, which is not a policy we agree with, but you're only allowed to stay in these certain hotels. So we wanted to abide by the policy, and that's what we did.
Right. I think this one is like managed by a Spanish company or something.
Okay.
So that makes it legal because then you're not giving money.
So
to
the
Cuban
other
government.
accusation was that you were funded
Right.
by the Cubans to go there.
Well, that's
Okay.
like completely preposterous.
Well, go into it because it matters. Yeah.
Yeah, so that that doesn't withstand any scrutiny at all. They did not. The second charge is that this American citizen who now lives in China, Roy Singham, who funds a bunch of like left-wing causes, that he funded it. It is true that he funds Code Pink, or he has funded Code Pink in the past.
Okay.
Everybody who went on this trip though had to pay. Like, so I paid, Hasan paid.
Right.
Like, you pay for the flight and the hotel.
Right.
And the food. So
there's no violation here.
there's no
Because I can go to Cuba, can't I? If I want to.
You can go.
Yeah.
You can go to Cuba.
Anybody can go to Cuba.
And there are now under Obama, anybody could go.
Right.
Biden and Trump moved it back to you have to have these various exceptions.
Sure.
One of them is journalism, and it's not even close whether or not I was allowed to go on.
So kind of gets into, again, different allowances that would get him to go there. Any thoughts on that? There are only a couple more minutes. I wanted to get because he was, there along with the trip, I wanted to get some thoughts from this dude. Anything on what he said so far?
Yeah, until the subpoenas are actually delivered, I just don't have anything else. And I don't even know if bro's getting prosecuted or again, the anonymous official, I wish someone would put their name to it. Basant had a press conference today. He wasn't asked one question about this from the press.
Really?
So, yes. And so he was up there for an hour and a half and no one asked him about it.
Yeah, you had the Treasury dude up there. Oh, okay.
You would think, and this is a story everyone's talking about and not one, and they had independent press in there too. Nobody asked about it. So again, it's a very weird story. I can't point and look and whatever. I don't know. Again, it's a story that
what do you make of, because it's Fox News report. I think this is an interesting aspect of it, is me as the shit lib, I'm still giving credibility to Fox News's publishing reporting. How much do you give it? Like an inch of credibility?
No more than I would ABC or CNN, literally.
Which is very, very little, you would say?
Give me the facts. And again, anonymous sources. There's not enough information. There's not enough real information for me. Right. I can't jump to conclusions.
Totally fair.
Now, as far as Nick Shirley staying at the same hotel, as far as I know, that's probably true. But again, Asmongold did a whole thing. I just watched an Asmongold video today on how there are people that break the law all the time and don't get charged. I mean, selective prosecution is a thing that is an everyday thing. So, he who has the whip, he who's in control of the power utilizes the power.
Right. Some people might even use as an example, like certain business bookkeeping practices, like in New York, maybe it might be common, especially if you have like a lot of property, to kind of fudge the numbers a bit. Like all the charges that Trump was charged on state-wise in New York, you could probably find a whole bunch of businessmen who were guilty of throughout those years.
Yeah.
And it's the reason they came up. Like, it's not even just, this is what's so interesting to me about like the bureaucrat, like how democracy really works in action instead of like the uniparty idea, is like, there's no way you can tell me Letitia James's like constituents weren't pushing her to ensure those charges were coming too. So if she wants to keep her
she ran
job,
on it.
like it's this exactly. Well, she ran on it because she knew it was going to be a winning message. Like you don't just run on things and happen to be in front of the crowd. Yeah, if you're a keen politician, like you know where the wind's blowing, and that's why you're going to run on that kind of thing. It's interesting to look how it all plays out. It's fascinating. But yeah, I want to give Ryan Grimm, I think his name is, another couple minutes, and then we'll get to some spicy
Is
shit.
this like, okay, they're moving forward with NSPM 7, they're trying to crack down on any left-wing groups, journalists, anyone along?
Second time we've had this NSPM 7 thing mentioned, and I know I've heard details about it before. Do you have offhand the details on this? Because I think it was like 6 months, it was like last September that there was something about people with like a terrorist designation.
Yeah, they declared Antifa and other organizations as terrorist organizations. Right. But we haven't seen anything concrete move on that. It's like when the WEF penned up Agenda 2030, or maybe it was the United Nations, and every conspiracy theorist was like, this is the plan for them to create the New World Order. And like nothing ever came. Or Project 2025 for the Democrats in 2024. This is their blueprint for everything they're going to do, and it hasn't been mentioned any since. And I know you have a running tab and they're saying that this is being implemented, whatever, but I'm telling you, there's no discussion about it. There's no concrete thing pointing to they are enacting this plan. That's this NPMLTQ++ thing, because I get all my acronyms messed up.
I was gonna say, you got to get the Q+++. See, and I can't afford the +++. I've only got the basic plan. Is my problem. So
I'm not getting premium. I still haven't bought YouTube premium yet.
Yep, got all these bullshit commercials. Man. All right, we'll give Brian Grimm a couple of minutes.
Aligned with the left. Is this Fox News Digital just being led down some rabbit hole and it's not serious? Like, how seriously are you taking this? And it says in the article, they're looking at some 40 other people who were on this trip for potential, criminal sanctions as well. So it definitely touches on you directly. And how seriously are you taking them?
I mean, it's the most powerful government in the world, probably. So you got to take their threats seriously. Mm-hmm. I think it's an attempt to chill dissent against war with Cuba. Mm-hmm. Like I think that is, because I think Trump very clearly, and Rubio definitely, They want to go to war. They want to or do some type of Venezuela style military action. I think they're also being led down a rabbit hole because the Fox News report said that investigators had information that they stayed in an illegal hotel. And it's like, oh my God.
Investigators, some random person on Twitter.
Well, wait, Ryan, why don't you sue them for defamation?
Well, they didn't mention me.
Okay, well, why doesn't Hasan sue them for defamation? Or anybody mention it inside of it? That's blatantly false.
He could.
The evidence is clear.
Right, and also
it actually would be malicious intent, in my opinion.
Right, because it's a specific, the way that Mal's going, it's a specific.
I think it would depend on how much we know about what they've investigated to verify the veracity of all the.
Yeah,
but
or
I don't know.
Yeah, or like I said, or even if that's the charges, if they have intent to place charges, or is he just caught up, like I was mentioning with the E. Jean Carroll, she's a peripheral player when they're going after Hoffman. That's what's established. The U.S. attorney has stated that. But because
and it's
the
again,
source,
we need these documents.
Yeah, and then the source talked to CNN and mentioned her name, and now she was the target of, and he's like, no. So that's what I'm saying. It's in our media environment, so much funny. It's so funny how accessible all information is, and how little good information we actually receive.
No, Larry, that's the whole thing. You know, the amusing ourselves to death book. Like that whole thing is really, it comes down to the information to actionable ratio. You should always be asking, how much of this information can I even act upon in my fucking life? Really, really fucking well put. That's on the fucking nose, man. God, no.
Claim
okay,
they have been subpoenaed, right? So you can check that fact. Hey, Medea, hey, Hasan, have you been subpoenaed? No, I have not. It's a black and white question. I have not. Should they be subpoenaed? Should they not? That's a separate judgment question. Have they been subpoenaed? No.
I wonder, did Fox News Digital reach out to them for comment before running with this?
Question. That's important.
They probably did, but the fact that it's incorrect, and I doubt they've
Pause for a moment.
So now,
that whole reaching out thing, all the news from Washington Post does it, New York Times does it. They hit them up. They don't give them any time to respond. And then, so everyone, this isn't a Hasan Piker thing. This is what a news organization does to everybody thing. We got no comment from the XXX target.
Used to be a true standard of trying to, if you got a hold of someone, giving them, some sort, if they communicated clearly, hey, it's going to be 15 to 30 minutes, and I can actually get you some sort of response back.
No, but then they can't run
but
the
depending
story.
on, it kind of speaks to what a lot of people on the left are saying of this all is starting to look like it's just like a smear job of reputations, because it's probably about Code Pink and these other people anyway. They're just making, Fox News is just making the story about the name that they can attach to it. It has all the makings of a piece of bullshit. But
and I have no idea the motive of the anonymous source. Is it someone in the, because again, there are people inside the Trump's administration who work with the administration and people who work against the administration. There's all kinds of resistance figures putting out during the Iran war, at the very beginning. Remember, they were leaking all kinds of incomplete military assessments that were denied by upper management or the upper ranks, but they released them anyway. So then that's why you need anonymous sources. Suck the way they're used now, because they're used so willy-nilly and sparingly. Back in the 70s or whatever, in the Deep Throat era, I don't know. They just had more weight because there were fewer of them. I don't know. So anyway, I need something concrete. I don't know the motivations of the person who released the information. I don't know if they were pro or anti administration. And that stuff matters.
Is there anything that you make out of the fact that it was Saturday night when that broke, and we're at Thursday evening and still have no, that? If
they
overall would,
if the administration wanted to run a smear job on Hasan, why would they drop it on a Saturday night over Memorial Day weekend?
Sure, I wouldn't think it's the administration. It's Fox News. If they got a piece of information that they're just going to run with, and even if it doesn't actually come to fruition that this is part of anything substantial, that Fox News wanted to get some clicks out of this.
Yeah, sounds like something Fox News would do. I hate Fox News too.
Right?
So, in fact, I watch them less than I watch CNN or MS. now.
Totally. Is that like overall, if someone asks you about this story, would that be like your take is like, oh, Fox News was probably like fucking with his son? Is that like overall your feeling for?
I'm distrustful of the story until I have more concrete information, because there's nothing solid from anywhere solid. Anywhere. From Hasan Piker's team, they haven't received anything. Everyone's saying they haven't gotten anything, and there's nothing out of the administration, and they haven't been asked. You would think people would be asking them about it.
So I mean, like, yeah, no, I think we're in agreement then, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in agreement there. Yeah, I'll call Fox terrible news, faux news. Isn't that what the big thing was back in the 2010s? Where they called them faux news?
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
I can't remember like a month ago at this point. Like time is an illusion. For real, man. Like there's no remembering that
Yeah,
world.
you're
That's like a
you're sleepwalking
it's
now
like a
too.
rebooted
So
universe or some shit. Yeah, right,
yeah.
right. That doesn't help either. All right, let's finish up breaking points and the boring shit, and then we'll get to Nux.
They know that it's not true.
Right.
And if they haven't updated their story, they're continuing to publish something false that is obviously quite damaging to, to Medea and Hasan,
Yeah, I mean-
which would qualify as defamation.
I'm looking at this right here. March
Pause.
23rd, 2020.
It has been the opposite of damaging. He's had the best viewership he's had in a long time. Asmongold was talking about how he had like 200,000 viewers or something over on Twitch. Not that he trusts their numbers very much, because their numbers are all inflated and botted or whatever. But the point is, so far he hasn't been hurt. Nothing has happened except for he's been elevated.
Well, and the grounds for defamation would be, again, like knowing that they had investigated that there was nothing to these claims, and they still reported them with like it's defamation has a very, when you're talking about a public figure especially, there's a very clear set of circumstances you have to prove that happened.
Yeah,
And
but I
it's
mean,
just, I don't know.
I don't even see any damage. In fact, everyone's making money off it. Fox is making money from the clicks. All the influencers are making money making videos. We ain't making money yet, but we're open to it.
Hey, there's probably a link somewhere for like buy us a cup of coffee or some shit. We should be making some money off this shit. You know what I mean?
But so far, yeah. And as far as, smearing his name, we covered this last night a bit, but he's already done that. He's the one who advocated for thievery, socialized thievery for the good or whatever, and praised terrorists. And everyone knows the whole file on Hasan. I know since we're finishing up with Hasan, I got to play it one more time, man. I gotta do it. There we go. All right.
Finish with Hasan. We're finished with
going into
breaking
Nux.
points. Yeah,
We're
exactly.
finishing breaking points. He's funny.
I like
anyway.
his zapping. Yeah, I like his zapping and just popping up.
Yeah. He's yelling Kaya at the very end. He's Kaya.
Kaya, stop! You gotta stop.
Now listen.
He's such a little bitch. All right. Are you ready for this? You got any? Have you watched any of Nux's takes on?
I think I watched this. I think so. Maybe is this where he's covering Legal Mindsets video?
I don't think Legal Mindsets. Maybe it did at some point. I know a lot of the times I wanted to grab were like he has the full context for clips that I was trying to reference yesterday, which should be fun. But yeah, let's get this fucking high energy motherfucker.
We give Trump
in the
to
mix.
cook. The
It's gonna be
happier
hard
I
to
am
handle.
about life in general. Hasan Piker is going to jail. Absolute cinema. I've been calling it for a while now. I said it was going to happen. No one believed me, but we are here, and it has gotten so much better. The updates are glorious. He's spiraling, and it's beautiful. All right, you are not understanding. All right, now just to be clear, we do have evidence that our informant is actually Kaya. This is incredible breaking news. That it might be Kaya that's ratted him out to the feds. No one knows. Now, just to understand, I wanted to start off this entire video with this clip. So Hasan spiraling out of his fucking mind about going to jail for treason. All right, you might not be familiar with that in Turkey, okay, but in America we don't like treason.
Because I want to just talk about the framing, the delivery, the character. This is a character. This is shtick. This is total going to jail for treason. Hyperbole. So as a performer, I got to give him props. But if you're getting your information, or if you're taking it on a serious level, well, then you're kind of retarded. But okay, I just wanted to point out, though.
Absolutely. There are a bunch of retarded people out there who get radicalized by this kind of content, right? Like Nux
I
constantly
trust people,
complains
so I don't
about.
think so. I trust
And that's
people. I don't
fine.
think so.
Here's my take on it. Nux constantly complains about how the liberals talk about our president like he's Hitler, and that automatically gives them permission to kill him.
Mhm.
When I fucking lived through 8 years of Obama being a communist, he's gonna bring in Sharia law. He had a terrorist fist bump and all this motherfucking shit. So you can miss me with the whole fucking calling him Hitler
The
or
violence,
Nazi.
the
Just means
violence, yeah, but the violence level is not the same.
I'm not
The
saying the
violence
violence
level.
is the same. I'm
Yeah.
literally trying to take him to school for going, hey, leftists are always using this fucking over-the-top rhetoric when that's his shtick. You literally just outlined it as his shtick. So this dude can suck my dick. And I say that knowing he probably has fucking fans who are going to fucking dox my ass or, I'm getting swatted at this fucking moment. But I'm a little fucking tired.
We don't
And this
do that.
motherfucking shit, literally having a show about the leftists want to kill us. So I'm going to do everything I complain about and do it at them. Really fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, but we don't do
But it
that.
is
That's the
entertaining.
point.
To his credit, completely entertaining.
Yeah, but we don't do that. That's the whole point. You don't have leftists getting swatted. You don't have leftists getting doxxed.
I'm not literally right now, Larry.
By
I'm not
lefties,
in the
yes.
mood to go after the evidence that I know is out there. I'm trying to break down a clip of a thing,
Okay.
and I'm reacting to Nux, not trying to bring an argument to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the first 2 minutes of this to set
All
the
right,
stage
get the
a little
fuck out,
bit.
man. Maybe flee the country.
Yeah,
Right? That would be great.
fuck
That would be
you.
sick, actually. Please do that. He
Yeah,
ended
I
up
hate
snitching on
everyone
all of his
in this fucking
I'm sorry,
situation.
I'm getting ahead of myself. The downfalls of terrorist dog
Yeah, me too.
destroyers makes me very, very happy. All right, so this is Hasan asking a very pertinent question.
But it's so strange because like
So strange.
this is not even beneficial for any of these people, right? It's not even beneficial. And they don't get it.
We don't get it.
They
guys.
don't understand
We
it.
just don't get
Like,
it.
who is this for is the question.
Me. For me. It's for me. It's for me. That's what it's for. It's for me. I gotta say, the Jews controlling America have cooked on this one.
Is it for you?
Yep.
Is this helpful for you if I go to fucking prison? No.
Yes, actually, I'm really glad you asked. Yes, actually, very much so. Thank you. It's like the same idea. Does it really benefit you if you squish a cockroach that's just in your kitchen? Like, why? Is the cockroach really bothering you? Yes, actually. Yep, and the cockroach could lay eggs, and then we could have lots of roaches, and I'd rather kill the cockroach before that shit happens. I know. It's a very apt analogy, I would say. Yes, actually. Is it beneficial for you if I go to fucking jail? Yes. Honestly, the higher gas prices, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. What are we even talking about? The funniest part is this is coming from Hasan Piker, a moral consequentialist. He's the type of retard that just sits back and cries and screams about how, he doesn't believe in God and morality is all subjective and everyone should be happy and looting stores is fine because there's nothing inherently immoral about stealing or murder, as he supports Luigi Mangione. And he thinks that my subjective happiness at watching this roach get thrown into a slammer, he thinks that that's worth nothing. Yes, actually, because he only believes in his own subjective values because he's a
Hasan morally grandstanding is going to get fucking no sympathy from anyone, man. It's again proof that I just went on a fucking tirade about how I think this little fucking happy little VTuber guy is a fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah, he's totally right. Hasan's a fucking idiot. Why would you think anyone would come to your fucking aid right now? Which is just fucking ridiculous. Up to, I think that was about it for that bit. Did you have something on the rest of that clip that we played while I queue up the next one?
I know. Go ahead and end to the next one. But yeah, I mean, again, I told you that next generation is edgy. I told that, like I said,
and this is me reacting to it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna
they're going to be an issue. All the millennials hate us Xer MAGA, but oh boy, Z MAGA is woof. Even I'm like,
we're all cooked, man. We're all fucking done. You know what I mean? Like that's. But
do they not bring the
sit
same?
Back and enjoy the ride.
When I watch Nux, I get the same energy as when I watch all those lefty tanky guys you bring on. I see the same kind of it's their worldview, only their worldview.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even Nux right now is completely MAGA aligned, but I consider him part of the accelerationist band of the horseshoe
Yes.
rather than like that.
Like
Jason, the Jewish question, you know, it's not that part of the horseshoe. It's the we're not going far enough, pushing hard enough. The
yes.
accelerationist part of it, blah, blah, blah. I think that, yeah, 455.
Officials served subpoenas Marxist political influencer Hasan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin. Dude, it's just so fucking good. All right, so Hasan Piker, shaken out of his mind. All right, now just to understand, this dude was LARPing as a revolutionary. He goes on a stream talking about a violent revolution, overthrowing the establishment, you know, supporting Luigi Mangione. This dude gets a letter in the mail, and he is more shaken than Donald Trump was when he was shot in the fucking head. You know who the actual alpha Chad is.
I'm sorry, I just muted myself. Legitimately, that's the first time I've ever had any kind of creator make me feel kind of jazzed as if I were a part of MAGA.
Yeah.
So again, after that tirade I just gave that guy, that comparison of like Hassan's fucking bitching out when he got a fucking subpoena in the mail. And our dude got shot, a bullet whizzed by his ear, and he was like, "Go fucking after these bitches!" Like it paints a picture.
And we made this point last night, and I believe I don't think I heard Asmongold make that point, but yeah, we made that point last night. So yeah, it is funny that he had his moment. Oh, the PDB, that's what it was, or the PBD.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was the Patrick Bet David crew that was pointing it out really well.
It's not great. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
But
it's bullshit.
Still not great. That
great.
You know,
I disagree.
They're after your boy. They're up my ass.
What's the YouTuber VTuber thing? Hold on. When he like
still not great. That
what does he do to make that happen?
You know,
actually I watched a video on this.
Do I have to do that too as a fucking meatbag to get some attention?
It was
here in the
Smuggalana, because Smuggalana did the collaboration with Shoe on Head. So and I only knew Smug a little bit because she's in Kersh's kind of circle or orbit. She interacts with Kershaw a lot on Twitter, and she did a video on YouTubers having to overexpress so the camera catches them, and it's animated. Again, it's my flying books. It's stuff to keep people interested in stuff going on.
Dude, the flying books is so much better than having to be like this giggling fucking like puppeteer looking thing. I don't know.
They're after your boy. They're up my ass.
W, let go. Who knows what they'll find?
And I'll obviously get into it right now.
Who knows what they'll
find? I'll tell you all about it. Let me blast off real.
I hate when he's actually funny too.
Quick.
Oh my god. These little bastards.
We will free you, brother. Yeah, free me. Free me.
Free me. I am a brave communist revolutionary. Free me.
Free me. I can't believe I'm saying that. But
Hasan set himself up for that, though. Hasan set himself up for it.
Right. He's such a little bitch, man. He's just such a little bitch. Again, yeah, this being his Che Guevara moment is like.
But I'm you know, I'm about to be seemingly made an example of.
I sure fucking hope so. Let's freaking go. Donald Trump, I would vote for you for a fourth time. I would vote for you a fourth time if you could put this man under the jail. That would be crazy. All right, now
not going to happen.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. This guy's just sad.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys.
It's bad.
It's not great.
It's not great at all, actually. I'm glad you bring that up. More shaken than Trump did when he got shot. Dude, this guy is such a fucking pussy. It's crazy.
Okay, so he
now,
referenced
you are not ready. You are not ready because he keeps crying about it.
I know usually at the work of rallying the orgs you support, but in case they try to bring you to court, you should definitely consider coordinating with orgs you've been pushing and try to publicly mobilize your community and not only your defense, but use yourself as an example that the admin is hunting down real pro-American voices like Medea. Show them that your emotion goes beyond being a Twitter power user that's buddies with Elon's exes. Dude.
He's like, my audience is just...
all three of us just laughed. All three of us got to just enjoy him crashing out at his own audience member being like, bro, you can be so good.
And how many videos have I seen of him crashing out against his own audience member? I mean, it is so weird that
similar to Nick Fuentes, it feels like it's been more and more this past year as that horseshoe has more and more aligned, right?
But yeah, it's funny.
Just retards and terrorists. Why are they being so fucking stupid?
Sometimes I welcome rotting for the rest of my life in a fucking federal penitentiary rather than having to deal with long-term community members who have like unbelievably snide remarks even in this fucking moment. Like, what the fuck, dude? What? You're giving me advice on something that you don't know if I'm doing or not, okay? And then also you have
Bro was like, yo, I know you're trying to overthrow American government, but like you should do it actively.
to slap me with a fucking backhand and be like, all you technically do is just, hang out with Elon Musk's exes, dude. Why don't you do some real fucking organizing? Well, bitch, I did. Okay.
Bro, this dude is an internet LARPing revolutionary in his Gucci pants, in his communist mansion, with his $300,000 Porsche, making millions of dollars, and he's still going to jail for being an insufferable roach. Bro, this would be the most unifying moment in America. Everyone would support this shit. Yes, dude.
Hey, and legit, he's not only dead on, but he's criticizing the dude for LARPing while being a VTuber, and he's his character is probably more true to who he is in real life than what Hasan presents himself to be on his fucking stream.
The Blue Jew. Yeah, the Blue Jew doesn't pretend to be anything else other than a retard. He says it explicitly. I'm just a retard on the internet.
I agree with you on the aspect of like anyone within a right set of mind recognizes that this guy is presenting news to be able to be entertainment, to be over the top, hyperbolic. Absolutely, I agree.
And
with
edgy. That's his whole.
And edgy, because man, that drives clicks, right? Yeah, I get it.
That's his brand.
It's like another minute of this, and then
I compare him to Howard Stern back in the 90s.
It's just shock. Exactly. It's just a new kind of shock jock kind of shit. I get it. I get it. I'm just old and I'm grumpy and I haven't had a lot of sleep. No, I've got another minute. I got another minute of this, but then he has the shift clip that we didn't get the full context of the other night.
The liberals, the right wing, the far right, everyone would love this. Donald Trump, please do it. Put this man away. Rubio, if you could hear me, this guy
why I kept it.
would, if you put him in jail, you would become the next president of the United States. We know you've been revoking visas. You've been going after Islamists. This guy is perfect. He's perfect for you. You throw him away forever, you become the next president. W, just colossal W. That would be incredible. Denaturalize him. Figure something out, man. This is perfect.
Pause.
Everyone hates this guy.
And that might be more before him going to jail. If I had the money and I was doing the the poly market bet thing, him being denaturalized would be my bet before him going to jail.
You think that's what they're going to try?
I don't think they're going to try to do it. I think it's like 5-10% or whatever. But I think if an opportunity came up and he didn't have his paperwork or something, if this is real, there's so many
exactly, bro. And this is the fucked up reality that we live in, is that if Kalshi actually did provide you odds on that, the odds would be so we should put $10 on that. Because if it comes through, man.
Yeah, and if
like
not,
again, Kalshi, if you want to reach out and sponsor us.
Yeah.
What?
No, and if it didn't come to pass, you're out $10. You're out a burger at McDonald's or whatever.
Exactly. Right. Yep. We got nothing to fucking lose here. But yeah, no, that's kind of the bit of that clip, and then I think we get to the Adam Schiff, or it's this one or the next one. It's an ad for something.
Cash games. I'm surprised you got an ad.
Right? It's I think it's similar to like Kick is the stream, or we're on Kick now. This is our second episode on Kick. It's like a bunch of gambling shit. Yeah,
I feel like a kid.
Right? Gambling and like that kind of gaming shit are the the sponsors who are going to be more like, I don't give a fuck what kind of content you're airing. So yeah, no, that makes sense that would be kind of where he's able to get a little bit of that money spigot.
Yeah, I'm the old guy who's like intruding. You know, that 40-year-old weirdo or 50-year-old weirdo that shows up to the party full of young 20-somethings. That's what me. I got an anime thing. I never watched any anime in my life, but I just liked all the VTubers, and I figured, well, I like the idea of an avatar. So I'm like a complete poser. I'm like a fake slop poser.
You're just matching the aesthetic. Exactly.
But I'm embracing it,
bro. You know, right.
Hey, anyone, even us old motherfuckers can be, with a good anime head.
This is really revealing about your character, Larry.
I'm gonna
have
literally supports the channel. So if you could click the link in the description and do the thing, that would be very appreciated. Bro, this is so bad.
And now part of that,
oh my God.
Part of that is.
Oh my God. Senator Adam Schiff under federal criminal investigation for alleged mortgage fraud violations. Oh my God, I hope they arrest him. Oh my God, I hope he goes to prison. Oh my God, I hope he goes to prison. Oh, I hate him so much. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is political. Sure, I don't care. Lock him up. Lock him up. He got, dude, he literally got, I know this is fucking absolutely malicious.
I know this is absolutely malicious.
I know Trump is doing this out of pure malice. But this motherfucker got like $6 million from AIPAC.
Oh, he got money from AIPAC.
Okay. Lock him up. Yes, he's my senator.
Bro. So they're like, Trump is weaponizing the Department of Justice and he's just maliciously going after political opponents. Anyway, definitely lock up Adam Schiff because I don't like him because he got money from the Jews. It's just so good. It's actually just so good that this guy has zero morals whatsoever. He has zero principles. He is just a guy blowing in the wind, supporting every communist regime he could think of, supporting every Islamic terrorist attack he could possibly figure out. And this is just him weaponizing an army of inbred retard terrorists in his chat. He might be a honeypot. The FBI might just be using him as like a honeypot to get info on all of his chatters. Who knows? All right, put them on some dossier.
Fed. He's a Fed. I need a bingo card. Call him
the left does not do this nearly enough. We need to discredit our far left agitators who's just going, oh, dude, that guy's controlled opposition. You know that dude's just actually a far right guy who's getting fed money to lead people astray. Why don't we do this shit?
I think one of our first broadcasts, one of our first test broadcasts, I was on even before Tucker went insane. I think he's from the farm. We know his dad was definitely, CIA. That's on the Wikipedia. So I'm guessing the apple doesn't far fall. So I was calling him a Fed long before it became fashionable to call motherfuckers Feds. And that was a running joke in game forever when we talk about him in game. Back when he was on the team, we use that. We don't trust him because of that.
That is funny.
Potential Islamic terrorists, right? But dude, this is just crazy. They're going after him now, and he's like, they're weaponizing it against me. Why would they do that? It's unconstitutional. He supports this, though. He literally supports this. All right, this is an old Hasan Cuba clip that's just so fucking good. It's so good.
I did cancel the Cuba trip, yes, because I didn't want to go to prison.
He didn't want to go to Cuba because he doesn't want to go to prison. Anyway, he ended up going to Cuba, and wow, he's gonna end up going to prison.
And unfortunately.
What do you know?
Yep.
He's gonna run. He won't do it. No, he'll do it. But we're locked in. What's the context behind you saying U.S. deserved 9/11? It's very simple. American foreign policy and intervention in the region directly caused blowback and led to 9/11.
Bro, this clip is just perfect. It's him saying if he ever goes to Cuba, he's gonna go to jail. Based. And then it's him saying that America deserved 9/11. It's so fucking good. It's so good. You can't make this up.
And Hasan would say, no, I said blowback. I used blowback. That's his whole pivot ever since the We Deserve 9/11 clip. Yeah, right. I think that was it for that bit of a clip. We've got, I think he reacts to a bit of Asmongold, maybe. I think he's reacting to some other takes here near the end.
You're just the fucking mayor in New York, but please don't run. Please. Bro.
Apologize for the Adam Schiff comment, so this is good. I'll gladly apologize if my Senator Adam Schiff lifts a pinky finger to defend his anti-Zionist constituent in democracy. He certainly didn't when my friends were being tortured in an Israeli prison.
Nux doing the Jews right there makes me think again. I wish I'd emailed it to myself. The Wojak pointing at the alligator, connect the dots, but it's a Star David instead. God, it just kills me.
Being tortured in Israeli prison is him directly and openly admitting that his friends are terrorists. There's no other explanation. There is no other interpretation. He's like, yeah, my friends are Hamas. Wow, this is gonna go really well.
Oh, so you're friends with terrorists? Put that down on the subpoena. So wait a minute. So he says wait, you're friends with Hamas? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait, what the fuck? Guys, why would he admit this, right? I mean, this is an investigation. Why would you say this? There's no self-reporting. Why would you say this at all? Why would he care if I go to an American one? Oh, right. And so this is it. Oh, my God. He can be an informant. I guess so. Are there poly market bets on him? I bet there's not.
Bro, just miserable. The spiral is so bad. So Jasmine Crockett, complete retard Democrat, boosts video mocking Hasan Piker after subpoena for the Trump admin for bringing food and medicine to Cubans. All right. By the way, he didn't actually do that, bringing food and medicine to Cubans. This it makes believe that he's like some sort of official news account. This is just Hasan Piker's editor. This is literally Hasan Piker's editor.
Verified
Kamala
this.
would have never. That's what you get for telling people to vote third party, right? Literally just roasting Hasan Piker.
Yeah, I don't know if
Hasan's
that's true or not.
Yeah,
I
he
have no
endorsed an
idea.
Israeli agent.
I wouldn't take it as
It's
truth.
just Israel. Israel is trying to get Hasan Piker to go to jail. Can I just say, if Israel is the one pulling the strings, go Israel. Let's fucking go. Maybe Israel needs more control over America. That's what I'm saying. All right. If they're the ones doing this is miraculous. Begging for Zoran's help. Dude, it's so bad. So Rick Scott, a guy who, by the way, Hasan Piker called for his death on his stream. He's getting in his hits. Good. Hasan Piker and Code Big went to Cuba, stayed in 5-star hotels, cozied up with thugs in the communist regime, completely ignored the innocent political prisoners being starved and tortured. They should be thoroughly investigated and held accountable for any laws broken while doing so. Thank you, U.S. Treasury. Hasan Piker responds, but you did Medicaid fraud. But you did Medicaid fraud. Bro, it's so fucking bad. Hasan Piker, once again, trying to come up with some other way to throw other people under the bus. All right, so we got Hasan Piker says Fox News fell for a fake tweet stating that he stayed in a sanctioned hotel in Cuba, which I think he did. There is an American citizen who recently did violate OFAC and stayed in a hotel that America does not allow citizens to stay in. It wasn't me, though. It was Nick Shirley. That's right. Nick Shirley, an American patriot, fighting for American people is totally the same as a Turkish roach, terrorist-supporting retard who's constantly calling for violence on his streams and supporting communist regimes that we are literally sanctioning. Nick Shirley was in Cuba getting trailed by 2-star generals where he had to flee the country under threat of his life. All right, they confiscated his gear and they scared the shit out of him. You were literally propped up by the communist regime where they set up little gay music videos for you and your gay friends. All right, just understand, he was not out there committing treason. You quite literally were. All right, bro, it's crazy.
And like, regardless of like what full details you put in there, it's Hasan went there with like a sympathetic attitude towards this sanctioned country, and Shirley went with like a almost antagonistic, like investigative, more critical analysis of that same.
In fact, I have a tweet.
On its face, it's such a bullshit fucking comparison.
Yeah, well, it's the same one as
hotel fight. Apparently,
I have the I was going to say, if you want to look, I have the Asmongold talking about just that, and it's just a little clip. Hold on.
Yeah, let me pop this. Stop screen. I put in punctuation on shit that maybe does. Oh, okay, let me.
And I will go ahead and.
Hotel, by the way, the government got duped by a fucking viral.
You hear it.
And yep, and that's coming through. Yep, so you're good.
Real Twitter post. I'm losing my mind. Damn. The thing is that I have zero sympathy for Hasan because he regularly and all the time misframes and intentionally misunderstands other people's positions in order to make them look bad.
Oh, not Hasan.
Does this constantly. So now the government might be doing it to you. So it's like, really, you've been doing this to everybody all the time. You constantly call anybody who disagrees with you Israel's strongest soldier or, Israel lover or something like that. It's not even really true. So whenever you've made an entire, basically an internet career out of mislabeling and misunderstanding things, then I'm not going to feel too bad about it, right? I mean, you shouldn't have done it. It doesn't feel too good. So, yeah, what goes around comes around. And the funniest part about this is the government is going to go through all this and try to get Hasan for staying at a hotel Nick Shirley actually stayed at. Yeah, and they're probably not going to go after Nick Shirley. It's because Nick Shirley is an American patriot that's trying to make the world a better place. And Hasan is trying to promote terrorists and terrorism and communism. That's the reason why. You have to understand that. And I think that a lot more Republicans and conservatives should just be used to using things unfairly. Just get used to it. Just do it anyway. If you can do it, but what about? Who cares but what about? Do they hold themselves accountable? No. Then why should you? Just go and do whatever you want to do. Do anything you want. Oh, it's not fair. But that's not. Oh, well, too bad. Yep. It's the way it is. And Nick was purely journalistic too. And also, here's how you know that Nick Shirley wasn't actually trying to help the Cuban government. It's because he was getting a 2-star general in the hotel interrogating him, and he had to escape the country. and they confiscated a lot of his equipment. So like the entire premise of this is ridiculous. And so this is even.
But that's pretty much what Nux said, but in a more Asmongold way, because he's Asmongold. But yeah, but that whole bit there, with the most interesting part of that clip, hey, Republicans just use the power. Use the power.
Legit, like I wanted to make that same point coming out of that is, man, if we don't go into 28 understanding that we need to wield some power, like you don't even like I shouldn't be saying this out loud, shit. We need to go into that election with some kayfabe about not running on the shit that we're gonna do so much as the impacts, the way, the effects that it's going to be felt, like how it's going to be seen on that other end, and let us worry about how we're gonna get all that shit done. Which again, you got to be worried about who we bring into the coalition then, because then those motherfuckers take some control.
It's gonna be interesting. This midterms is a major battle. This is a Gettysburg of the cold Civil War we've been in for the last couple of years. This really is a big battle, because if Trump retains
this next election, just like every election for the last decade, is going to be the most important election of my entire lifetime. I think it's going to determine how everything else goes, to be quite frankly.
It's going to determine how much of a break there's on Donald Trump. You're not going to stop Donald Trump.
How much of that, right, exactly. How much of that has already been baked in with the redistricting shit? I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired, man.
We got to do midterms. That is a very important episode, because we do have to do midterms. Man. And have you looked at the latest Cook report? That's not
I have not, because again, since redistricting, I just don't even want. I don't even want to look. But I think
this doesn't
did
even
South Carolina end up redrawing? I'm sorry.
No, they did not. They went Indiana's way. They end up backing out.
Okay, because they kept going back and forth on like the special session.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. Saturday we got, and Monday they officially did it, and the news was all celebrating. We got South Carolina to turn, and it was big setback. And
it's not good.
Okay. We knew Saturday how it was. It's so weird how the internet knows a day or two before the real news has processed it for their narrative. But yeah, I just want to just show this just real quick, because I do want to do an episode. This is the Cook report, which is not a right-leaning organization. Let me remove
you
this.
Still got the Asmongold. Okay, cool. It just started moving. You're good.
And here's the latest Cook report.
God, I'm gonna cry when I see this, Larry.
Right now, this is 2018. This is what the map looked like at the time. 210 Democrats, 195, and there were 30 toss-ups. Right now, the Republicans are at 210. Democrats are 207 and 18 toss-ups. That's not including Louisiana and Alabama, which it'll definitely get 2 more for Republicans, possibly 3. So this number is actually 213, and the toss-up number will go down to 15. So the Republicans will only need 6 more to hold the House. Democrats will need to flip whatever number that is, because I'm tired too. They're going to need a bigger number.
Double that, yeah.
That just came out today. And again, that's not a right-leaning organization. That's
exactly. I know. Let's get in then. We got a couple minutes left of Nux. And then we might push the other shit tomorrow for like a part 3 and like the power ranking, because there's kind of a fun bit I want to get in here at the end, even if I don't get a bunch of like the Dave Smith, Matt Knowles thing. All right, back to the end. There's like the last 2 minutes maybe.
Crazy, and dude, it's so.
We obviously didn't
watching him talk about Nick Shirley is just incredible. He's trying everything.
We obviously didn't stay at a fucking hotel that the American government has made illegal to stay in. Nick Shirley, on the other hand, whether because he's a fucking idiot or because it doesn't really matter what he does, because he's basically an agent for the state.
Nick Shirley, the guy exposing people in the government for doing fraud, is an agent of the state. The guy who exposed hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud that the government has been trying to cover up is an agent of the state.
did stay in a hotel that was illegal for him.
This guy's actually fucking retarded. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so this is him crying. The Democrat. It's just so good. So one of the major Senate candidates that Hasan Piker has been supporting lately is a guy named Graham Plattner. He's a retard that's basically talked about how he wishes American troops would have been killed by the Taliban, and he actually had a Nazi tattoo on his body. Like not something that could esoterically be decided as a Nazi tattoo, an actual Nazi tattoo that after getting exposed he had it covered up. All right, so look at this one.
Pause.
That tattoo and his commentary about it to be personally.
I just wanted to insert a fun fact here. A polling group that I don't remember who it was, but it was one that I kind of trust. Not that I trust many of them, but they were surveying around and they found that most Maine voters didn't care about the whole Nazi tattoo thing or any of the other bad stuff that's come out about them. The reason Collins probably has an edge is because of her seniority. In other words, if she loses her seat on the Armed Services Committee, they could stand to lose a lot of money. The state could stand to lose a lot of money, federal money coming in. So I wanted to throw that in. That it's funny that social media, the whole Nazi tattoo, the Totenkopf and all that and on Twitter and everywhere else is just a firestorm. But amongst the regular basic people voters, it's really kind of a non-factor. What's hurting them more is her seniority in her congressional position.
Right. Yeah. Certain bureaucratic responsibilities and roles.
Disqualifying. I hope Maine voters agree with me. I think it would be a mistake for the Democratic Party to think that Graham Plattner's brand of the Democratic Party is what wins us durable majorities throughout this country.
Wow. Massachusetts Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thank you so much for being with us.
All right, so this congressman is like, yo, we should not be electing this.
Wait, hold on. I got to just get Nux floating in the corner here.
Durable majorities throughout this country.
Like choose a little bit.
Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thank you so much for being with us.
All right, so this congressman is like, yo, we should not be electing this guy. This is a Democrat saying, yo, maybe we shouldn't elect the.
Why are VTubers charming? Why do I like this motherfucker? The little penguin dude, the little lefty penguin. Why is that cute? Fuck these motherfuckers.
Dude, I got a crush on Powder, man. I don't know how this stuff works, man. I don't know how this works. Yeah, they're
like you're floating books over there, man. Your books are cool. They make me feel lame.
It's weird. These kids today, but it is kind of addictive. It's addictive.
I guess I get it. Or fuck all y'all.
Literally having
weird.
Hasan Piker be like, Israel first, Democrats. Like bro, you can't. I don't even know what to say. This has nothing to do with Israel. This is incredible. It's incredible. This guy is actually fucking retarded. It's honestly shocking, man. Bro, like this guy.
And it really is. That's a great image. It isn't that Hasan is that stupid. It's that he's throwing the red meat to the audience, right? He's got to. You know what this is really about, though, guys. It's Israel falling.
This guy is going crazy.
I'd love an iceberg. Has he been that way a whole time? Because I know part of his history is that brother tips or bro tips thing where he was mocking the manosphere or whatever. So that wasn't really it. When did this whole Israeli thing start taking off?
You know what's so funny, Larry, is as I was listening to more clips this week, I thought it would be really fun to do like a deep dive on a history of Hasan, because I don't know a whole lot about like the early days of his podcasting and shit. I know apparently from what I've learned from the legendary series, he and Destiny were on like that debate circuit with like Vosh and shit. So like bread tubey kind of debate worlds is I'm guessing where he went from like the Young Turks kind of thing.
Yeah, hey, if any user comes along, fill out. Palestine, if a user comes along, fill out our chat or our comment section with some Hasan lore, because we were too old and we missed out early on that. So I don't know any of the prequel stuff. How did Anakin become Darth Vader?
Yeah, exactly. When did he turn? Otherwise, we're gonna do some digital archaeology. We'll go back through the archives and we'll find some old Hasan episodes to cover in the future, maybe.
Understand, this is a glorious crash out. It is so bad. All right, it gets even worse. So after Hasan Piker realizes that obviously the entire right wing is united and celebrating over the fact that this fucking retard terrorist supporting dipshit communist is going to jail, all right, he was then shocked that these center left people, like the average liberal, also is celebrating him going to jail. Every centrist blue MAGA who celebrates these subpoenas is a fucking moron. They think you're all communists. They're coming for you too. That's right. Hasan Piker is the shield for every moderate Democrat. Kamala and Hillary lost to Trump because they tried to present themselves as moderate establishment candidates. It was the Dem Party's failure that gave us Trump twice. The Dems and its free consultants on this website are entirely out of touch with the base and diametrically opposed to its demands. Pro-Israel Dems have no real constituency. It's insane how this is about Israel. Like, it's actually insane that this is about Israel. We represent most of the political and the media class. Blue MAGA is crying a lot lately because the left flank candidates that are blah, and anti-Israel are winning insurgent races and the Dem primaries, and this makes a lot of blue MAGA scared. After I posting on Twitter and it didn't work, well, maybe Trump can take part of my problem. That's right. My guy, this is literally you saying that you support Donald Trump jailing Adam Schiff because you didn't like him because he got money from AIPAC, all right? You are not sitting here and making believe like you have some principled stance against locking up treasonous psychopaths, all right? This is fucking insane. And now he turns on the Democrats because Democrats are like, yeah, I actually don't really like that my party is known as the party that has like these terrorists fucking running around and shit. I don't actually like that. Nick Fuentes coming back into the fold, right? Like this man used to say we're voting Democrats and shit. If Trump wants to win us back, or he's talking about all of the like the right-wing guys that are like against Trump's Iran war and shit, putting Hasan Piker in prison forever would be a good start. Donald Trump, listen. Do it for Nick Fuentes, please. Reunite the right. Everyone can be back into the fold. We would all agree, bro. Nick Fuentes fucking hates this guy. It's amazing.
I look at a guy like Hasan. You cannot. How fucking dare you try to get on moral high ground? You are a roach.
Yes.
You are an animal abuser.
Yes.
You are an idiot.
Yes.
And you are human garbage.
That's right.
Fuck you.
Yes.
And you're a hypocrite. You go in on your live stream, you cry about, I hate the left, I hate socialism.
It's just cinema watching everyone come together. It's so beautiful. Only the Donald can unite people so well. This man, he still got it. Bro, everyone.
To go to jail. This was Nick
this.
last month.
Bro.
What needs to come of this is Hasan Piker needs to go to jail.
Oh, we've all been saying it.
We don't need a White House ballroom. Fuck your ballroom.
Bro, we have all been saying it.
My last timestamp goes to this point because one of my first Nux videos, I wonder if I still have like my history up. It's not worth it because I'm tired too. One of the first like videos I watched, like the big title is Hasan Piker needs to be jailed. And I forget which clip it was, but it's around the same time as that Nick clip, I'm pretty sure.
It might have been the March,
yeah,
it might have been the initial trip, because that's where the outcry came from, I think.
Might have been exactly
back in March.
Yeah, when he was
so it might be dated back to March. I'm not sure of that, to be honest with you, but
yeah, that's kind of the long and short of Nux's coverage so far that I've seen anyway of Hasan Piker's.
I do have a short thing I wanted to share real quick about since Israel is such a huge topic. Yeah, just real quick. This is Nick Fuentes about the Israel thing.
I think that a lot of the anti-Israel or anti-Jewish.
Okay, well, what's that? Yeah, this is mostly about.
Yeah, I was just joking. I said, "Oh, does Nick have opinions on Israel?" I'm not.
Yeah, in this you'll find this one interesting.
I think that a lot of the anti-Israel or anti-Jewish stuff. Let's be honest. I think it's on its way out. I think it has become passé. I think people are tired of it. It's become stale, and it's become a drag. Now, don't misunderstand what I mean when I say that. I'm not saying it is no longer true. And I'm not saying it's no longer worth talking about. And I'm
getting just shades of, I don't know how much you've seen, I Think You Should Leave, the sketch comedy show on Netflix.
Bits of it.
I'm sure seen the meme of the guy in the hot dog suit, we're all looking for the guy who did this, who drove the hot dog shaped car into the building. This is Nick Fuentes. Hey, I don't know, like, all this anti-Semitism, it's too much. It's just all over, man. And I don't know why it's so fucking popular out here right now. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I believe it's because he's losing organic viewers. I think that's the thing. But the funny part was that, and I'm not going to play anymore. But he goes on saying, "I still believe what I believe, but no one wants to talk about it anymore. I'm kind of bored of it or whatever." Now, whether that's true or not, who knows? His next show was probably all about anti-Israel stuff. So I don't know if he kept to this, because who knows? He's as fake as Hasan. And I'll say that. I'll go off on him like you just went off on Nux. I'll go off on Nick. I think that this guy is just all smoke. There's no there. I just don't think there's anything there. So, but yeah, anyway, Ian Carroll got on his ass by saying, no, you can't say this, Nick. And then Ian Carroll put out a video going, I'm done with all the doom stuff. In fact, I might even have that video handy too. Ian Carroll's all like, I'm going to do more positive stuff. I'm done with consuming and the conspiracies and all that stuff.
Fuck, I need to watch that thing because I that might have been recommended to me. I saw it was an Ian Carroll video that was like, I think I'm done with journalism. Was just the title of it. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this motherfucker. This hour long, whatever the fucking point he's gonna try to make here.
The only time I've watched any of his long form content, so one time you made me watch it, and I forget what the topic was, but it was a couple episodes.
I bet more's coming down the pike, buddy. So strap in.
Yeah, I haven't watched much Ian Carroll long form. And again, I remember recommending him to you. I also recommended Rusty Rockets to you back when he was kind of normal too, before he got saved, and then he became a weirdo Christian, kind of like Talarico, but on a different bend. He's doing his own weird Christianity. He's got a sect he's starting. But yeah.
He's starting. So we're not gonna get into the full Dave Smith, Michael Knowles thing, but we do have a little bit of time left. I have kind of a fun thing. Let me get a different set of notes. So Dave Smith very famously kind of says, I'm just a comedian. Don't, look to me for being a source of expertise on a lot of these things. And I'm certainly not about to bring him to you right now as a source of expertise on anything. Instead, what I'd like to point out, as someone who is a comedian but very opinionated on things, I have noticed Dave Smith likes to, on the fly, come up with some analogies that might fit certain situations that he's discussing. And honestly, with a good amount of bravery. Because I can tell in many instances he's doing this while he's just kind of recording the show with his buddy. I forget his comedian co-host. But this is just a short little breakdown. There are a couple little timestamps. If you could indulge me, Larry, on just a couple of these real quick. Hold on. This first one. He's kind of talking about Rubio speaks to reporters on plane. He's kind of talking about the Iran war. But this is the first analogy from Dave Smith.
Right? That the U.S. is always prepared to play a constructive and helpful role if that opportunity presents itself. What are these big questions?
Oh my God! All right, that's enough. We can cut this off. Rob, my 4-year-old boy sometimes, him, cute little kid. He likes to put on my clothes. Like he'll get a pair of my sweatpants and one of my shirts, and the crazy baggy on him.
He's talking about the Secretary of State, talking about the Iran war,
and then he says, "I'm the daddy."
My son dresses.
I'm the daddy. It's a game he likes to play. It's really adorable. And it's not so cute when Marco Rubio does it. Is my point. It is almost, and honestly, they're about.
It's like a zinger, right? He's a comedian. This is the setup for the punchline. Not as cute when Marco Rubio does it. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
And on the smug meter, the Pod Bros and the Ruthless guys, because they're both kind of the reflection of in a mirror. They're both insider Washington people that end up having podcasts. Their smugness level is like S tier. How smug and snarky and condescending they are. Dave is real lazy about it. I always find his snarky stuff to be lazy. It isn't as sharp as.
He's pretty snarky, yeah. I would say he's snarkier even than who are the flagrant guys? I know it's Charlemagne the God. What's the mustache dude?
Yeah, dude,
he's on our list.
Yeah, he's on.
He can be pretty damn smug with his shit too. There was a clip of him going around this past week that made me really fucking giggle at his ass. But let me hit you with another. This one might be. Yes, this is a little bit. Actually, you know what? If I get this to the exact moment, I want you, Larry, to tell me what you believe Dave Smith is talking about here. If I can get this started right here. So this is an analogy he's going to make. What is the real world thing he is discussing?
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It's like I dove into the pool, and the one mistake was that I didn't think to ask myself, have I filled up this pool with water?
What is he talking about?
Iran? Is he making an analogy to Iran that Trump didn't know what he was doing when he got into it? That'd be my best guess.
Such a good guess, and you're so close. Let's cue this up here, ladies and gentlemen. What is the correct answer?
Basic question.
About here?
Just did a game. wrote about Libya.
Obama's
I remember
memoir.
Obama, I believe it was in his memoir. He wrote about Libya. And I believe he described it as his biggest regret. And, you know, he kind of went through how he was like 50-50. It was like, I forget exactly who, it was Hillary Clinton was the one who was really pushing it. I think Biden was against it. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I think Gates was for it. I believe Gates was his defense secretary at the time. And he says in his memoir, he goes, you know, the big mistake that I made is not planning for, you know, what we would do the day after Muammar Gaddafi was overthrown, you know, like not thinking of that. I remember just, it made my blood boil reading this shit. Cause you're like, dude, we just did Iraq. You're telling me that was an oversight? You didn't ask the most basic question? Okay, we're going to topple this guy. But then what happens? That wasn't a question. And by the way, what happens is it turned into a failed state, just at literally the worst results you could have had. Like one of the richer countries in Africa turned into, I think still to this day, Rob, they have those open air slave markets where they straight up just sell Africans. It's the most barbaric medieval shit ever is going on there. That's what happened the next day. Because Obama went, I forgot to think about that. I don't know.
Crazy.
It's pretty crazy. It's like I dove into the pool, and the one mistake was that I didn't think to ask myself, have I filled up this pool with water?
It's just like when you dive in a pool and you haven't filled it with water yet. Fuck, he's
you're like,
dead
yeah,
on.
that's a really...
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah,
I know this is going to be
for
really
me
petty, but
that hits me. Well, that just hits me as the same. It's the same complaint against neoconservatives, neoliberals, and they're applying it like that. Trump is just doing the same exact thing. That Trump has no exit strategy, which
is why you correctly saw that he was drawing the analogy to the Iran war today.
And to be fair, this thing isn't over yet, and it certainly is a possibility. Yeah, that could be the end. That is totally the possibility of one of the eventual outcomes. There are other possibilities. All I know is that Trump doesn't use that same neoconservative / neoliberal architecture that Bush, Obama, and Biden leaned on. He has a wholly different architecture. Now, maybe he ends up with the same result. That's to be determined. But it is the complaint that is being leveled against Trump now. And I can't say that it's the same one trigonometry uses. The trigonometry guys hate the Iran war for the same reason.
Yeah.
So it's a valid complaint, but it's to be what gets under my skin is how they state it with that's a fact because that's the way it always was. That's the way it's going to be, as if Donald Trump is the same kind of president that Obama or Biden or Bush was. And maybe he is. He is.
Right, exactly. Well, and that there can't be differences in the circumstances that are going to lead to completely different outcomes. Or it could be like again, it's about keeping things surface level instead of even having the exploration. And that's why you keep it smug and you're stupid for even questioning.
One thing that will always hurt us is we're not as hyperbolic as Nux or Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Or the pod bro guys, or the ruthless guys, or that's kind of a weakness for us, and that we're hopefully my buddy in game he plays a tactical, and but he's convinced the next generation is going to eventually get off of vibes and become more technocratic, and I'm like, I don't know, bro, I don't know, I just see everyone feeling
open.
Yeah, I hope people will choose a more logical procession, a logical way of thinking through issues. But right now, it's a very emotional, feels good, feels bad, man type environment we live in, and it's what sells.
What's the next? No, this one wasn't the analogy. This is make thing good. I'm trying to remember.
There are good people in the liberty.
Oh, this is him talking about people trying to make the most out of the Libertarian Party because there are all these like fights going on, leadership roles, and you know, Nazis showing up and blah 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 blah.
I just got done watching a
Kirsch
video about that whole thing
on that show. Okay,
because she's a New Hampshire libertarian. Yeah, dude, it's funny. I'll send
some shit on that. Yeah.
That'll be the first Kirsch video I send you. Actually, I'll send you her.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's the female Nux, though. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You hate Nux, you might hate Kirsch.
Hey, I need a people of all sorts of shapes and creeds that I fucking despise in my feed to drive me crazy. Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Just stop.
I forgot that I'm supposed to play the clip.
I know there are good people in the Libertarian Party, and I understand that that a lot of them still show up and still fight to try to get the thing to be better than it is, because all things being equal, it'll be better if that thing is better than worse.
All things being equal, it'll be better if that thing is better than it is worse. I can't even, like, man, that's profound and retarded, like, legitimately, both of the, like, it I feel like there are people on the extremes that are kind of doing like the we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas meme from Simpsons.
Yeah.
And legit, like, it comes down to all other things being equal, make things a little bit better than worse, right? Like, and just getting people to understand politics and like impacting change and why incremental change is good. I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired. No, there's one more good one though. There's a book club analogy that I did enjoy a lot. This one's fun.
Energy are limited resources. And maybe it is time to just think, what's the best use of yours? Because there's like, one of the things that's fascinating watching the Libertarian Party, right, is that it's like, it's almost like there's this book club, and the book club studies freedom and revolutions and history and all this stuff. And this book club is taking place in this very little room. And then outside of this little room, there's this huge world. And in that world, a revolution is taking place. And the people in this little book club who read about revolution all day don't seem that interested in the fact that they're fucking living through one right now. It is amazing how removed Libertarian Party politics is from the country that they live in or the world that they live in. Like, what's going on in the real world.
So strange. I don't feel like this is directly analogous even to the situation he's drawing, but I feel like it, again, in a vibes-based world, he's making the point clearly or unclearly with that and that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm going insane. What do you have anything on the book club of libertarians kind of navel gazing while there might be a real revolution and the ability to grab power near them? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't have very little respect for libertarians. Live in a more fake world than the hardcore leftists. They just
I was gonna say it's like they manufacture these fucking worlds that they can live in that are never going to these weird idealized fucking realities.
Their ideology just can't exist in a world. Their ideology would only it would only work if everyone believed like they did. But then if everyone
in a vacuum,
it would only work. And number two, they're so bizarre. I got to send this video to you because they're a malignant cancer on my side of the aisle. I'm much more exposed to them. But libertarians are the worst. That's all I'm going to say. If I was going to go to war against any faction, it would be against them. They're the worst allies, by the way.
That's
the worst allies. They're fickle. They'll turn on you. You know,
they're America first right now. You know what I mean? Like, they're very big on the JQ. You know, that's the libertarians are very much leaning into the anti-Semitic streak. So,
which makes no sense. The whole point of libertarian is that whole American frontiersman, only me, nothing else matters. That's supposedly the core, the core tenet of libertarianism. The perfect libertarian is, the gay couple and their farm of marijuana with all the guns in the world, and no one comes and bothers them, and no one takes their money. They don't get taxed.
These guys are just LARPing, just like Hasan. They're LARPing.
There's
anything
no,
else?
That's why they have no
we're gonna
effect
have
in the
a
real
short
world.
one.
That's
Exactly. They don't organize. They don't actually rally support behind certain candidates strategically and certain like they don't put in the work necessary to politic.
That's why them being off the Trump train doesn't affect me whatsoever because it has no real world effect or very little real world effect. In the social media space, in this ethereal world which we all exist, and I'm a cartoon character, they have a lot of weight. But out there in the real world, where physical items are manipulated, they have very little meaning or carry very little weight.
You know what does carry great weight, dear listener and watcher, is hitting that like and subscribe button. To make sure tomorrow we're gonna have a power ranking. We're gonna have I'm sure a little bit more talking. We haven't even hit Ben Shapiro. We haven't hit Fat Otaku. Some other liberal guy who's been showing up in my feed who I've enjoyed.
Yeah, I don't know
we'll
who
have
that
other
is.
takes on shit.
I don't know who that is, Reach.
It's good. That's good. Anything? Any final thoughts you got to leave the people out with?
What was the? I was interested in the Mike Knowles versus Dave Smith. What was the topic of that again?
It is, yeah, and let me see even if we can get that. It's essentially no.
You don't have to bring it up because it will lead. I think it's something that's going to open up to a good discussion.
Maybe we'll lead or start on that
Oh,
instead
Trump,
of Hasan tomorrow, just so we can
the midterms.
Trump's control.
You know what?
Exactly.
We'll tackle that next week because I really do. We do got to start looking at the midterms. The summer will be slow, but we can do a lot of groundwork and put in a lot of good things before Labor Day because that's when midterms will really kick off. That's when the temperature goes up.
Then tomorrow, we'll kind of finish up on Hasan. We'll do a power ranking, and then next week we'll start looking ahead to midterms and maybe do a presidential draft. Looking at, we had Gretchen Whitmer come out and say she's not going to run in 28.
Yeah, I saw you sent that to me.
Kalshi had Rubio take the lead this past week. Is most likely to be president in 28. So things are heating up. It's getting interesting.
I will say it all that matters because to try to guess the Republican ticket doesn't matter until Donald Trump decides. So it's just
that
fact.
Sounds about right.
And that's the thing is once he's out of office, he's not going to be for a third term. That's all trolling and whatnot. But he will be a kingmaker. Once he leaves, he'll be rolling the roost down from Mar-a-Lago until he kicks a bucket.
Absolutely. And having people come kiss the ring. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, for sure. All right. Then till next time. You want to say goodbye to the people then, Larry? We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Goodbye to the people.
All right. Peace. Have a good